Hi everyone, VJ here for our week 2 discussion, and this week we're talking about jobs. What can you do with an MFA in creative writing? Well, I think like a lot of you, I've had the benefit of kind of working in several positions that required skills that I'm now kind of coming back around full circle to get the degree. So the three that I picked, the first is developmental editing. This is something I've been doing freelance for about 6 years now. And I think it's one of those aspects of editing that people sometimes forget about. I mean, we know copywriters that are all about, Chicago Manual of Style, or your commas are all in the right place. Did you conjugate that verb correctly? Like that, the real nitty gritty and kind of fine tuning editing. Can I do it? I'm okay at it. I'm not the best, but I don't enjoy it, and so that's not really where my strength lies. I think what I've found I really enjoy working with other writers is on the structural part of a story. Do characters come across as authentic and empathetic? Does the story make sense? Are there big plot holes? Can the language be smoothed out? I actually have a service that I call a secret sidekick edit, which is that developmental editing where it is in many ways like I've become not necessarily a co-author, but kind of like an assistant author to help people really kind of find those places in their book that need some polish and offer some suggestion on how to kind of take the style and the voice that they're already using and improve upon it. The second job that I've had, I would say the luck to work in is doing technical editing. So I work for a government contractor. Most of my professional kind of history up until about 5 or 6 years ago was all in administrative support type roles. But when I went back and got my undergrad degree and came back to the company I was working for, I was like, hey, I got this degree in English. Like, I'd really like to look at some other opportunities. And I happened to have a conversation with somebody I worked with who was in the contracts department, and they needed a technical writer. And so conversation with her, and before I knew it, I had moved over into that department and was helping to write big government contract proposals for my company. And then from there, got a chance to go and actually work on some of these contractors as a technical writer, kind of taking some PhD level rhetoric. And I kind of had to laugh. I was the team layman, but I had to kind of dumb it down so that we could send it to Congress. So not to say that Congress isn't intelligent, but when you're reading a lot of like PhD level stuff, it's just kind of mind boggling. So it was an interesting role to be on that team, to get to learn about a lot of stuff that I probably wouldn't otherwise have ever had the chance to learn, but then having to kind of regurgitate it, rewrite it, and present it in a way that anybody, even if they didn't have a high-level degree, could understand it. The last job, and this is something that I've been kind of playing around with, and looking at how this might play a role in my future just because I enjoy it so much, and that's speech writing. So I work for, now as on a government contract, I work for a military unit for a senior military officer, and I've been given the opportunity on a regular basis to help write speeches for different ceremonies and events that he attends. I gotta tell you, I really dig it, and it's something I never really thought about kind of adding to my repertoire as a writer. But there is work to be had in this field, whether you're looking at somebody like, in my position, where it's a military individual, whether it's a political individual, but there's lots of other people that have to get out and talk to big groups on a fairly regular basis that need someone that can kind of take, have some knowledge about what it is that, that they're working on, and be able to create the voice that that they want to present, and take ideas that they really want to push out to people and present it in a way that makes it easy to hear, that people respond to. I mean, there's still calls to action. We hear that a lot when we're talking about like marketing, but even within a speech, if you're doing it to promote awareness, there's still a call to action that has to be included. And so there's lots of different components to speech writing. Even something as simple as helping people, honest to God, I've seen people who run businesses helping people write speeches for weddings, like a best man or, father of the bride, whatever. They just don't know how to put the words together correctly. So I'm going to throw up some links with this video of different places and some ideas on how to get started in these fields. And I'm certainly open to discussion, happy to share any of the experience that I've had. But I can't wait to hear some of the other options that are out there and what you guys think. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.